Hi, welcome back to Becklin Backyard. And in this video, you're going to see us prepping our garden beds for this spring and summer. And we had an unseasonably warm day here in Iowa, so we decided to get these beds going. And we opted for kind of a modified no-till method just based off what we had at our house. And so the first layer here is cardboard. And this is just cardboard we had sitting in our garage. And next we added leaves. And the back about 20 feet of our yard is just a kind of wooded area that really has never been raked. And so we have so many leaves. And we used a ton of these for this project. So after leaves, I'm adding in just food scraps. And I know there's some debate over whether or not to do this, but I decided to anyways because it was free and it's nutrients. And if it goes wrong, I just won't do it next year. But hopefully it goes well. And you can see my husband's pulling some food scraps out of our dog's mouth in that corner. And then this is just composted manure I'm sprinkling over the top of these food scraps. And then I'm topping those off again with more leaves. So I'm kind of just repeating these layers. And the next layer is more of those kitchen scraps and then more composted manure. I'm finishing off that bag. In an ideal world, these layers would have been much deeper, but we're just working with what we have and we're on a budget. And up in the next shot, you will see me just a tiny bit above that previous bed. And this bed up here is going to be all strawberries. And this house was a new build, and so we had all this sod put in. And since we paid for this sod, we were not about to just kill it all by putting garden beds over it. So we opted to just roll it up and relocate it to the back part of our yard, and that just gave us about 18 inches more of yard, which isn't a ton, but it makes a difference and it's better than just killing all the grass. So I'm just rolling it up here and then we're just gonna wheelbarrow it back there and stamp it down. And as I'm recording this voiceover, it's been a few weeks since we've done this project, and none of that grass that we relocated has died, which is awesome. It's all taken. I think because we got some like awesome warm and rainy days, and that really helped it a lot. And my husband's gonna come in here and he's gonna chop off the final end of those lines of sod to allow me to finish rolling them up. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just finishing rolling them up, and then this is the finished garden bed, and it's about 9 feet by 9 feet. And so down on the lower level again, my husband Joel just dumped the another pile of leaves on top, and we just figured it can't hurt, and it would also try to prevent our dog from digging in it. And you see we got a couple helpers here now, and we're just trying to get it done with them before everything turns to chaos. And so we're just spreading out these leaves on top to just give it a nice top layer. And now we're moving up to the strawberry bed up here. And we were low on cardboard at this point, and so not everything was able to get covered. Like not every square inch of ground was able to get covered, but I think it'll be okay because since this is just freshly laid sod, it's not really as much of a weed prone area as it would be if we were to just put this directly on grass. And so we've got just as much cardboard as we had on there, and we're gonna top it with some leaves. And so we just got a few of those wheelbarrow loads of leaves to spread on there. And so while I spread it out, Joel's going back to the wooded area to get more. And the camera is gonna die and cut off before I'm able to show all the leaves that we did cover this whole entire thing with leaves before the day was over. And soon here, it's going to switch to a few days later, and you can see we covered the whole thing with leaves, and then this black dirt looking stuff sitting on top is compost that I went and picked up from the solid waste center in our county. And if you're just a county resident, they allow you to pick up as much compost as you want for free. So my dad and I went over there and picked it up and dumped it back here. And so it's hard to see, but I'm bending down to put in a little garden fence, and this was hopefully to prevent our dog from getting into the garden. But you'll see soon it is completely not effective. She's all in there, and so we're still trying to figure out a plan for what to do to keep our dog out of there. And so I'm spreading this compost out on to these leaves, and we're just trying to get it into a nice layer. And you can see here that we put a little bit more on the bottom than we did on the top, and so soon Joel's gonna come in and help shovel some more up to the top there with me. And we're gonna get it all spread out. And then in a following video on planting berries, I'm gonna show that we spread a bunch of topsoil over the top of this to just give it another good layer and a good starting ground for this garden. And hopefully we'll have some success with some vegetables on the bottom and strawberries up on the top there. Thanks for watching.